I'm here to introduce our next speaker, who is Andrea, and her story is entitled, They Won't Stay. Welcome, Andrea, to the stage.
Really cool, I just have to say. I've been dreaming about this day for a long time. So I've always had this fear that people didn't like me. I would tell myself that I was talking too much or that people didn't care what I had to say. I felt like people tolerated me to my face, but at any moment that they would just drop me, leave me, abandon me. Now some of you might think, gosh, Andrea, that sounds really harsh. But I'm also willing to bet that there are people in this room that silently whispered me to. This is a script and a narrative that has been playing inside my head for as long as I can remember, and one that I've actually had to try the hardest to push back against, literally even until today, as I step foot on this stage to tell you about it. When I was in high school, I became quick friends with this girl, and we spent all of our time together. At school, after school, we would have sleepovers on the weekend. When I wasn't with my dad, we were literally always together, and it kind of just felt like it would always be like that. You might remember having somebody like that in your life as well. But at some point, though, a shift happened in our friendship. And when we were at school, or when we were outside of school, she would treat me the same as she always did, but when we were at school, she started to treat me differently. She would sit with and laugh with and talk with everybody else around me except for me. Like, she literally gave me the cold shoulder. And I was wondering, like, is there something that I did? Like, did I do something? And every single time I asked her about it, she just brushed me off. She said, everything's fine, don't talk about it, like, stop asking me about it, you're annoying, essentially. And so I kind of quieted that, like, inner feeling that I have. One particular weekend, Friday night, we had our sleepover planned, and she made it very apparent to me that she had been invited to something else that I was not invited to. And that she said no, because we had plans. So we had our regular movie night, and as we were watching the movie, she was on MSN, you remember MSN? Typing away to these people, and when the movie was done, she said, okay, so they're picking me up, and you can stay here at my house with my parents, and I'll be back in a couple of hours. So that's what I did. Kleenex, right? That's what I did. I stayed there, and I thought to myself, why did she pick me? What did I do? What could I have done to make her want to stay and make her want to choose me? I really wasn't going to cry. And so this is a script and a narrative that has been playing, like I said, in my head all the time. And since then, I've been in other situations and other experiences where it's not quite the same things that happen, but the feelings are still there, right? Because when these things happen to us, they ingrain themselves really deep and they continue to show up. So as a result of this, I find myself overcompensating in friendships all the time just to make sure I didn't give people a reason to not like me. And, you know, I found myself being envious of the people who were really likable and outgoing and who were always invited to everything and never had to feel like that, because I felt that. And this is something that I've never really shared with anybody else in my circles until now. Because I was worried, I felt different because of that. And I thought, you know, gosh, if I tell people about these insecurities or what people have done to me, they would leave me too. The stories that we carry, and Mary Angelica alluded to us about this, they're the heaviest things of all. And oftentimes when we have a goal to lose weight, okay, or to get happier, to get healthier, we look on the outside for all the things that are going to fix us quickly and get us the fastest results. And then time and time again, we get into a place where we feel the same. And we wonder, why is that? And I think that it's because we've got it all wrong. Those stories that we carry, what goes on in here and up here, are the most important things of all. And until we can realize that we need to sit down, face them, like you're here today to do, surprise, and let them go, that's when we can start to create a new reality, right? We can decide, you'll hear this theme a lot today, we can decide what we want to carry with us, these things that continue to show up in our relationships and our friendships. This fear of abandonment has really only been something that I've explored just over the last couple of years. And one of the things that has been really helpful for me is finding safe, nurturing friendships and relationships where I feel truly seen. And in 2023, I made a decision that I was going to stop forcing, because the things that are meant to be for you will flow naturally and easily, and that's how friendships should be. Building friendships with these women and mending friendships in my life without this glasses of fear of abandonment has really made such an incredible difference. And I wanted to tell you this story because I want you to know that it's never too late. It's never too late to rewrite the story. It's never too late to find new friendships and to create that sort of change. And it's never too late to choose you. When you choose you, that is true happiness and true bliss. And let me tell you, when you find the right people and you ask for what you need, you will never have to ask them to stay, because they always will. Thank you.